What's up, everyone? This is Dominic from Tiger Showman's in Smithtown. Today I'm going to be making turkey hash. Nice little breakfast recipe I'm going to show you guys. So come on over here, I'll show you what you need. As far as equipment, standard kitchen knife, got a spoon for mixing. Sheet tray, little aluminum foil so I can keep the tray a little cleaner. I'm using a cast iron skillet for the turkey I've got over there. If you want to use any other kind of pan to cook it, it's nice, but I love myself cast iron, keeps flavor really nice. Got some bowls for mixing. All I've got, olive oil here. Some ground turkey. About 93% lean. I feel like that's what I remember seeing in the package there. As far as vegetables, red pepper, squash, green and yellow, sweet potato. I'm gonna clean all these up. I've got eggs here. I'm actually gonna do this for meal prep for myself, so I'm not gonna cook these eggs, but once we plate everything, I'll show you where you can use these eggs for this. As far as spices, got salt, pepper, about 2 teaspoons of cumin in there, 2 teaspoons of paprika, and about a pinch of cayenne pepper. So, what I'm gonna do first, another thing to mention, I've got the oven set to 400 degrees. We're gonna cook all these vegetables for about 25 minutes. With everything here that I'm gonna cut up, I wanna cut peppers, squash, all that. I'm gonna cut it to like a medium dice. You'll see when we're going through it. Sweet potato here, I wanna cut it smaller than the rest because the sweet potato is a little denser, a little thicker. It takes a lot longer to cook. So if you cut it smaller, and the other vegetables larger, they'll cook relatively around the same time. So let's clean all this up. So now that I've got everything all cut up, all I'm gonna do right now, doing about a tablespoon of olive oil, drizzled right in there. And I wanna use about half of my spices here. Half of it's going right here on the veg, and the other half I'm gonna do right on the turkey. So I love mixing things up. 2 bowls, just give it a shake. So now I can see everything's all coated. Tell I got a nice little bit of oil on everything. Seasoned nicely. It's going right in the pan. Spread everything out. We're gonna throw it right in the oven. Right in the oven. So now I've got the vegetables in the oven. Those are gonna go for about 25 minutes or so. In the meantime, my pan's heating up. I'm gonna take my turkey here. Let's get this cooking. We're just gonna brown it a little. And while that's going, the remaining spice I had, just gonna throw it right on top there. So while this is cooking, I want to mention one of the meetings we had well, not sure when this video will go up, but for me, this is about a week ago, and we had one of our meetings, and someone asked me, the recipes that I'm making, are there going to be some geared towards women, some towards men? To be honest, I didn't think too far into it. So obviously, with what I'm cooking here, I'm gonna get 3, maybe 4 meals out of this. Guys need to eat more, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is, I have my meal preps, my container set up. So I'm gonna try to get 3 meals out of this, based off everything I've measured. This being a pound of ground turkey. So, pound, 100%, 33% of each. So, you do the math on how much the weight is on the turkey, all the vegetables I have measured out, that's gonna be meals for me. If you need to eat less, you're gonna spread it out to 4 meals, maybe 5, depending on how much you need to eat. Measure it out accordingly. It's something super easy to do. I mean, it just being ground turkey and the vegetables, and we're gonna fry an egg. We're gonna put that on top. I like the fried egg on it, nice give a little runniness to it. I like fried eggs. So, it is one of those things, measured out accordingly to yourself. You'll find what you need, you know? By now, the vegetables are done. I'm gonna pull these out. Oh, we're looking right. I'm gonna check if they're done. Best thing to do, take a sweet potato. Let's try it. All I'm gonna do by now though, let's portion these out. Now, if I was actually making this for breakfast for myself right now, I would fry an egg and throw a little sriracha on it. That's just me, I like spice. But because I want to save these, I'm actually just going to portion them like this. And when it comes time for me to actually make them in the morning, fry the eggs fresh. It only takes a few minutes to make an egg. So I've got these portioned out. They're still a little warm. To give you guys a quick little lesson on refrigeration, when it comes to soups, that's a whole nother ball game. So we'll cover that another day. But when it comes to something like this, more of a dry food, how you want to keep these, what they call the danger zone of cooking, anywhere from 140 to 40 degrees. You don't want them, or at least in that temperature zone from 140 to 40 degrees, that's when bacteria grows. So what you want to do to get these cool, you have about 2 hours to cool them down to 40 or lower. So what I do, keep them uncovered. You don't want to cover them, otherwise all that steam's going to rise and that moisture is going to build into the container you're storing them. All I do, keep them uncovered, throw them in the fridge. Only takes about an hour to get them down to temp. And at that point, past that hour, hour and a half, however long, throw the cover on them, and then you're good. Because once you at least store them properly, you save them for up to a week. That is if you just put them in the fridge. If you freeze them, last even longer than that, as long as you store it properly. This has been turkey hash. Hopefully you guys can use this recipe. It's a nice little breakfast recipe that I like to use. Stay tuned. We got some more breakfast, lunch ideas, all sorts of good stuff. See you guys next time.